Welcome back to iTCA, iTeachCybersecurity Academy, where we make cybersecurity simple, useful, and practical for everyone. In the previous module, you learned how to identify risks, score them, and decide which ones matter most. Now we move to the next big question. We know the risk, so what do we do about it? This module introduces risk treatment, which is how organizations decide to handle the risks they've identified. This is where analysis turns into action. When an organization faces a risk, it has four possible choices. These are commonly called the 4 T's of risk treatment. Every risk, no matter how complex, is handled using one of these 4 options. Option 1, treat or mitigate the risk. To treat or mitigate a risk means reducing it. You don't remove the risk completely, but you lower the likelihood or the impact by adding security controls. Examples include installing a firewall, patching a server, or enforcing stronger passwords. A simple analogy is fixing the lock on your door. The threat may still exist, but the vulnerability is reduced. This is the most common form of risk treatment in cybersecurity. Option 2, transfer the risk. Transferring risk means making someone else responsible for the damage if the risk occurs. In cybersecurity, this is often done through insurance or outsourcing services to a third party. A good real-life example is car insurance. If you crash, you don't pay the full cost, the insurance company does. The risk still exists, but the financial impact is transferred. Option 3, tolerate or accept the risk. Sometimes the cost of fixing a risk is higher than the value of the asset itself. In this case, the organization may decide to tolerate or accept the risk. Think of driving an old, cheap car. If it gets a small scratch, you don't repaint it because the repair costs more than the car is worth. In cybersecurity, this decision must always be intentional and documented, not ignored. Option 4, terminate or avoid the risk. To terminate a risk means stopping the activity that creates the risk. If an action is too dangerous and cannot be made safe at a reasonable cost, the safest option is to avoid it completely. A simple analogy is avoiding swimming in the ocean because you are afraid of shark attacks. No swimming means no sharp risk. In cybersecurity, this often means disabling a service or refusing a risky business request. So, when facing a risk, organizations can avoid the risk by stopping the activity, mitigate the risk by reducing it, transfer the risk through insurance or outsourcing, accept the risk if it is small enough. There is no single correct choice. The best option depends on business needs, cost, and risk tolerance. Now let's apply this to a real-world scenario. You are the security officer for a small bank. The bank wants employees to work remotely from Starbucks using public Wi-Fi. The identified risk is data interception. One option is to terminate the risk by banning work from public Wi-Fi entirely. Another option is to treat the risk by requiring employees to use a VPN, which encrypts data and protects it from attackers. Both are valid treatments. Your job as a security professional is to recommend the most reasonable option. Consider an online payment system. The organization may mitigate risk by using strong authentication such as multi-factor authentication. It may also transfer part of the risk by purchasing cyber insurance. This shows that multiple treatment options can be used together. At this stage, you should be able to look at any given risk and recommend one or more appropriate treatments using the 4 T's. This is a key skill for exams, interviews, and real-world cybersecurity roles. You now understand the full journey of risk, identifying it, analyzing it, scoring it, and treating it. Next, we'll look at security controls, which are the tools and measures used to reduce risk in practice. In this module, you learned the 4 T's of risk treatment: treat, transfer, tolerate, and terminate, and how organizations decide what to do once a risk is identified. If this lesson helped you understand risk treatment clearly, like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with others learning cybersecurity, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next module.